she's just off screen, but she's just woken up, so she's being a bit funky. I wonder if I can move this over enough so you can see her. It doesn't work very well. You can look at her tail, it's all good. She'll wag her tail at me now because she's kind of annoyed that I mentioned her, but even so, we're about to head into game number 3 between ReV and Red and Clan Revolution. I knew the names would trip me up at some point, but without further ado, let's introduce the players as we get ready for our third game. So for Red, it's going to be LasT. Now LasT, of course, a very, very good Terran player. He did do very, very well last round, went 2 for 2. He did lose his only TBT that he's played, but if I remember rightly, he was against Iris, I think it was, when he was playing against White Clan. So a little bit hard for him, or he may have lost a soul. Maybe he lost a shiny. Either way, LasT, a really good Terran player. Should be a very, very fun matchup here between LasT and his opponent. Fighting for Clan Revolution, it's another one of their newer players. They did find yet another Terran, so this is going to be a TBT. TheCamper didn't win his first game this round, but he is going to come back here in game, or in his game 2, and see if he can do a little bit better as they move into this TBT on Katrina SE. Now Katrina is a very, very fun map for TBT. I'm really, really looking forward to be able to cast this game actually. Hopefully it goes a little bit later. TBT obviously gets better the later in the game it goes. And you know what should be cool? Very easy to take natural, very easy to take sort of main ramp, so it's really easy to defend. Very, very easy to split this map. Dropships very powerful on this map as well. Rate's good. Every single unit Terran has is good on this map, minus medics and firebats and marines. But that's fine, because we're going to have a really good matchup here, I think. It's going to be on Katrina SE, 12, 6, 3 and 9 o'clock spawns. This is going to be our second TBT here. Thank you for the host, Warrior. Means a lot. But obviously, let's get into game number 3. It's Red's LasT versus ReV's Camper. The scores are tied 1-1. Who is going to take the advantage as we head in to this best of 3? Okay, starting us off here in the left-hand position. In the white, it's going to be for Red. It's LasT. And his opponent spawning here in the right-hand position, 3 o'clock in the brown. Fighting for ReV. It's TheCamper. Now one thing I'm just going to test out while we're in a little bit of a sort of lull in TBT, obviously not too much goes on at the beginning. I'm just going to quickly use my arrow keys and just see how much noise they make, because I want to see if you can hear them. Yeah, so it's definitely coming out. That's a bit annoying, but unfortunately, I have a blue Switch keyboard now, so that's going to be part of the that's going to be part of the charm. I'm going to try and get some. I think you can get like key dampeners or something, because realistically, it's only the arrow keys I use when I'm casting. So if I can make those a little bit quieter, then that'll be a little bit better moving forward. But I did get my new keyboard last Wednesday, and I have been enjoying using it so much. I mean, I've got my old keyboard actually. I could just plug it in, and a blue mechanical switch keyboard. It's a mechanical keyboard with cherry blue MX switches. If that makes it a little bit easier, yeah. Looks like we're going to have LasT going for a very quick expansion, going in to a 14cc, so no barracks required on this side of the map. And this is going to be a little bit easier for him to defend as well. I did say that before. You can see that the natural is behind the main choke up here. Going to be very difficult to punish this. Camper's actually going to scout this very, very late as well. Now, Camper is going for his own fast expansion as well, as he is going for a 1-Rax fast expand here, 1-Rax double, and that's going to be quite beneficial. He's going to be a little bit behind economically to the 14 command center, but still should be fine. And it's a good start to the kind of long TBT that I want to see. Now, Red Evil, I noticed she said you wanted to see Ghosts lockdowning a dropship. If you saw my ladder stream like 3 weeks ago, I did that and it felt so good. But LasT is actually building a semi-wall off here just to deal with any possible vultures. Obviously, neither of them really know what's going on right now. We do see 2 Marines coming in from the camper. LasT still doesn't have his barracks up, of course, so going to be interesting to see exactly how many Marines he goes for. Now, hopefully we're not going to see a 3rd Marine. He should actually lift this up and fly it over, but he didn't really know what's going on yet. He is going to scout the refineries up, but he's not going to check for the expansion. This is a big mistake by the camper, actually. Oh, this is going to be quite difficult for him. He doesn't see a factory as of yet, but he doesn't know there's a 14cc behind this. Obviously, perhaps he saw the timing of the gas. He can't click the gas to see how much gas is in there. But the factory coming up behind this as well. And now both players relatively even on gas timing now. That's kind of where you see a little bit of normalization. It does change the resistance, Red Evil. That's how mechanical keyboards are like. I was thinking of getting brown, but unfortunately they didn't have any in stock, so I just went for a blue one. And it feels so good to type on, so it's all good. But first factory on the way for not both players. Camper's not building his factory yet. Oh yes he is. I'm completely blind. So he's got 2 fact coming up behind this. LasT is only going into 1, going straight into machine shop as well. So we're going to see the SCV scouting this out. Now the SCV going to be heading down to the bottom left-hand position as well. And that's going to be very important for him to scout this. He can actually click on the minerals and figure out how long this base has been up. But obviously he's going to be feeling pretty bad knowing that's a 14cc and he didn't punish it. But because he saw that there was no vulture coming in for LasT, he's going to go for a machine shop first as well. And I mean, I said before that these are the kind of telltale signs you want to see to get a long TBT, and I think that's exactly what we're going to get here. We're going to see a 3rd factory coming in from the camper even. His factory's a little bit too close for comfort for me. I'd prefer to see a little bit more space, but obviously if he's comfortable macroing like this, then that's good. Obviously LasT does know mostly what's going on, hasn't seen too much, but this race is going to give him the ability to. LasT Shadows. And it's not the, okay, that's another thing I need to put on the FAQ. Basically, Best Mind and Shotlar technically play in the STPL. They played in round 1. They play on White Clan. LasT is not LasT. He's actually a fan of LasT. There's a guy on White as well called Number One Flash. A guy called Iris. And there's a guy on Red called Best. So we do have Best playing. We also have Fake Best, Fest. He did play in game 1 here on Icarus, but we're going to see this Wraith coming in, going to be able to push this barracks or at least kill it. That's going to make it a little bit more annoying, but you can see that Camper is kind of saying, okay, my barracks is going to die if I get my 5 factory first, so I don't really need it anymore, but we've got the armory coming in for him at the top right of his base. No armory as of yet for LasT, so that's going to be a little bit of a benefit, but he's going to be up again, well, he's going to be going for cloak rates. It's actually 2 ports behind this, and now he's going to have to make sure he gets some form of detection. We don't see an academy yet, and if he doesn't get an academy soon, oh man, he needs the academy before this barracks goes down. Otherwise he's going to have to rely on engineering bay. That is not going to be a position he wants to be in, and it looks like, oh, there's still no academy. Where's the academy? He needs to get an academy before vultures coming in. They're getting it into the main mineral line. There is a single tank here to defend, but 4 vultures going to be doing a lot of damage with good target firing. 3 vulture, 3 SCVs, 4 SCVs, 5 SCVs gone down, 6, 7 gone down. 7 SCVs going to be a big problem. Now he has scouted the fact there are Wraiths. Has he added an academy? No, he hasn't. He does not know about the cloaking. And it looks like LasT is going to be able to come in here and do a little bit of his own counter damage. He's got his Goliath out the front with the Marines to try and catch the first Wraith here. Very, very good positioning by him. But now the cloaking's finished, we're going to have a big problem for the camper, as he's not really going to have anything to detect this. He's going into another barracks. He doesn't have an engineering bay. And what on earth are you going to do? It looks like his plan is going in from two different angles with more vultures, and this is the kind of move you have to make. There's going to be very little back home defending. You can see that LasT is going to be forced to pull his tanks back. Now, do we have any tanks coming in for the camper? We've only got the first one now. Charon boosters is actually being researched at the moment. Another large number of vultures going into the main. Does need to avoid the mine drag. Gets a good mine drag. They're killing one of the vultures, but the camper not getting the best vulture hits so far. He needs to target fire, but LasT has lost so many SCVs. And it looks like LasT is going to push in. The factory's in a pretty bad position now. Going to be sieged down. The vulture's getting on top of the tanks, so going to be trying to lay some mines. Oh, this could be a big mine drag. Gets a good tank hit on them though, but cloaking still hasn't been seen. He does not know about cloaking. There's still no siege mode, and with no siege mode and no machine shop tanks or machine shop factories, how is he going to build units to defend against this? I mean, we do have vultures moving in once again into the natural mineral, or into the main mineral line even. Gonna get a little bit more damage done, but LasT is not worried. He's taking down the factories. There's going to be no additional tanks here. He's going to have to pull SCVs, and LasT still hasn't shown off that this cloak. When this cloak comes in, Camper's not going to have any idea. He's actually got idle SCVs here. Still no... Oh, there's cloak. And with cloak and the tanks getting on top of the factories here, I don't know how Camper is going to be able to defend against this. He's going to be trying to use mines to keep the units back, but the Wraith's actually sniping them down now as well. And I mean, units just going to be funneled in here for LasT. It looks like another tank possibly going to run into some mines, but it doesn't really matter. Oh, nice mine there. Going to get one of those tanks, but I mean, what exactly is he going to be able to do? He's up against Cloak Wraiths with no detection. He's trying to build more and more units. A Goliath does come out on top of the tanks, not really getting too much damage done. And I mean, the camper has done a lot of damage throughout this game, but it's just not going to be enough. LasT with the Cloak Wraith doing so much damage. No additional factories have been added on because he is going triple starport behind this. He's going to try and keep LasT at the front of his base, not worry too much about what's going on behind. Is there a turret coming up underneath this? There isn't. There's just an SCV hidden. And he really is betting all on Wraiths at the moment. Can he get the Wraiths out that he needs to defend against this? He's incrementing Goliaths out of the 3 factories. But when these factories go down, he's going to basically have nothing left. The Vulture comes out and dies immediately. Another 3 tanks heading on in. But that's giving him time to get Wraiths. He's building a bunker as well. Gonna get some Marines in there to try and hold on for as long as humanly possible. And nice mine, actually taking down 2 of those tanks. But he needs to pull SCVs. He needs to hold on for as long as humanly possible. He's not going to be able to get enough Wraiths out here to be able to deal with the Wraiths of his opponent. I mean, SCVs have been pulled. He's going to try and go and defend the command center, I think. But that's not going to help with 5 tanks in your main. LasT going up to 3 factories. Not really going too far past that. The bunker going down immediately. There's actually 6 Wraiths here. They all still do have Cloak. He does have a comsat, so he needs to push in soon. But his first Wraiths have barely just finished. And when this comsat goes down, there's going to be nothing he can do. Not using the SCVs to fight, just trying to hide on the minerals. This is the death knell. The death blow by LasT here, killing everything that the camper has. I mean, the camper trying to hold on. He's going to lose his scanner, and he doesn't even have a scanner back here. So this is going to be it. The Wraith's coming in against Cloak. GG! And LasT takes down the camper to give Red the series 2-1 lead. Now, genuinely, I thought that the camper had a very good shot there against LasT. He did a lot of damage early on, But unfortunately he didn't get his academy, and the lack of academy, the weird building position on his factories as well, did eventually cause the loss there for him in game number 3. So good game by LasT. A good series so far by both teams, and that's going to take us into Cadenzi versus Oz when we get back after this.